Hey, everybody, you're going to want to listen all the way through this episode because we're talking a lot about music and how some of the music translates onto the big screen. One kind of surprise, but might make sense to you for a movie called Shout It Out Loud and who's going to play one of the made up rock stars. And by made up, I mean like makeup, play on words. Anyways, we're going to talk about that and more. Right, Cal?
You're also going to find out why the 2025 BET Awards were so special. I will give you a little hint. The Lamely was involved. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Enjoy the show, everyone.
Well, hey. It's not even summer yet. And I feel like, hey, are you having a good summer? No.
You know what's happened to me since we have hit June is that, and I wish the universe I know the universe is way more intelligent than I am, so I don't mean to question it, but my question is, I don't understand why things just get rolling. Things just get rolling in June, and then we hit the top of the time change, and then it starts to go the other direction. You know what I mean? Like
You
it's,
mean like we're all like, hey, days are longer, the sun doesn't go
yeah,
down for a while, life is good, and then it turns a corner and it starts sucking?
yeah. Then it
Is that what you
starts to
mean?
like you start losing 2 minutes a day, I think, or some level of like a minute 37, and you know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah, but
And
you
then
ignore it.
By early August, like when we have like our big festival here in Montreal, Osheaga, like I always can tell like on a Sunday night, like it's dark-ish, like after 8, you know what I
It's
mean?
yeah. Well, I choose to ignore it,
Yeah.
as in ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Pretend it's not happening. Don't even look at the time. Say,
Yeah.
oh, it's sunset time. It must be 9.
Yeah.
And then when you realize it's not 9, you're like, oh, wow, we have more of the evening left. So it's a mind game,
It's
but
true.
that's what happens when you live with 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Mind
My better
gamery.
half, my better half is from Ireland, and they have like lightness into like 11 o'clock at night in the summer.
Wow.
So she actually, when she moved here, she was like, "What's this 9 o'clock?" Like she was
Yeah.
like, so, and then I think for a period of time over there, and I suppose it depends on where you are in Ireland, but um, I think it's like 4 to 4.5 hours of like darkness. That's it. Like it's light. Like, you kind of, and she was like making a joke like, you go to the pub and then you come out of the pub and it's still light. Like,
Yeah. That's what's yeah, you know what? That's a signal here too, because people go in the afternoon, it's light out, then they come out, it's dark. They're like, oh my God, I gotta get home.
yeah,
We all use Mother Nature's cues for something, right?
yeah,
So, Kelly, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Because we're going to talk a lot about music and the movies, and we're going to talk about words like razzle dazzle.
I do like that.
And we'll tell you who's going to be bringing some razzle dazzle to the big screen. Also got lots of makeup coming, along with some pyro and some platform boots.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell you who's going to be playing Star Child. If you know, you know. Kelly's trivia is bound to bind you up mentally.
Yeah.
Your 90s rewind will take us to the first summer of our favorite decade. And with a ray of light, speaking of lightness and darkness, with a ray of light, we're going to get this show on the road with news of a project that takes us back to 1998 in our hearts. And the album that is worth the revisit. So let's start there, Kelly. We are ending years of rumors as
Mm-hmm.
Madonna has formally announced Veronica Electronica.
I'm so happy.
She's probably happy too. How could you not be happy? And the fact that we're dropping this info on you as she has dropped it on us, that we won't even have to wait that long.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few weeks. July. It's a collection of rare and unreleased remixes. Awesome. From Ray of Light.
Yeah.
Kelly knows how I feel about remixes in general.
Well, you do like that Thunderpuss remix.
I do loves me some Thunderpuss.
Yeah. There's our clip of the week.
And
Anyways.
thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Yeah,
You've had a
and
good
like
run.
the remix action they have going on, one of them is from Victor Calderon, which is like a big deal.
Yep.
And like, cause yeah, he's vintage 90's in a way. And do you have the list of the first one? Cause like I'm slightly sleep deprived, so I'm forgetting the first
The
people
eight
that were
song
meant.
remix album that includes newly and unveiled versions, because I don't like the word rendition.
Yeah.
Um, William Orbit is another
Yes.
name that you're looking for.
Yeah. William Orbit. So he did Ray of Light with her, right?
Yes.
And who was the second one on the list? There was another one.
Peter Rauhofer.
Yes, so also a big remixer from back in the day. So all of those are going to be great. And then she's actually also releasing a never heard before song called Gone, Gone, Gone. So that's going to be a treat for people. Um,
Wow.
and she's already released a teaser song, uh, which I now also forget the name of, which is not great, but it's later in that article, Sharon.
Skin. Are you talking
Skin,
about
yes.
skin?
Yeah.
I'm just
So
gonna. I like to see a flounder just a little bit, and then I come in with the save.
yeah, I will.
Okay.
I do remember that it will be on digital platforms and also limited edition silver vinyl.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
July 25th. And I don't know, I'm super jazzed. Like I'm excited to get this from her and I love that she's doing stuff and um I hope we get more of it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's great timing too. I mean, her birthday's coming up the month after that, so maybe on her birthday she'll gift us with some more information and news about what's next.
that would be nice. I know she's been celebrating also with some pride posts on her Instagram, which we appreciate. Madonna supporting the community.
Hmm.
She's a large part of it. So that's cool.
I just got some Pride sunglasses from Gooder.
Oh.
They don't sponsor this show, but we're open to an agreement with them.
Yeah.
And I should have brought them down, but they're called Gooder are great glasses. They don't bounce, so that if you're out like exercising or just outside in the heat and you're sweating, they don't slide. They stay
Okay.
in place, and they're pretty snazzy, and they have fun names.
Yeah.
So the pair that I got from the Pride collection, which I don't remember the name of the organization, but it benefits part of the sales benefit an organization in LA, and they're called "We're Here to Slay." So they're like a light lilac color.
Uh-huh.
The lenses are purple reflective. They're fully like protective of my eyeballs.
Hmm.
And there's a on one eye, I think it's this eye. There's the pride colors, all of
Nice.
them,
Yeah.
and then the arms have pride hearts on both
Oh,
sides.
that's cool.
I know
Where
it
did
totally
you
matches the name. We're here to slay.
where did you find this?
Well, I'm a fan of Gooder as a brand of sunglasses,
Hmm.
and I have a few pairs that, I mean, they're just great. But what happens is that if you don't treat them properly, then you get a scratch in them.
Oh,
And
okay.
you never get a scratch in a convenient location on your glasses, no matter who makes them.
Yeah.
It's always right in the middle of your eyeball. So you're kind of always adjusting like this. Anyway, so I
Yeah.
decided I'm treating myself and getting a new pair.
Good for you.
So I went online. Long
Very
story
nice.
short,
And how do you spell it, Sharon?
Goodr.
Got it. Nice.
Gooder.
They should sponsor said podcast. Uh,
Yeah.
but do you are they prescription sunglasses or because
No,
do you wear contacts? Do we have that discussion?
not. I don't need contacts with these glasses on.
No, I know that, but in
You can't
general,
even see my glasses.
I can't
Is
see
that
your
what you're
glasses.
saying?
But in
No,
general,
I'm claustrophobic. So see, even talking about look at me, eyes are closed. Talking about contacts is like no. Okay, you can try to get them in, but good luck because you're not gonna be able to open my eyes.
I have mine on now because I have both. I do the glasses and the knot, and I remember that the first time I tried to put contacts in, it was not happening, and so
Yeah,
thank goodness my big sister helped me put them because she'd already been wearing contacts for a long time at that point, and so she taught me how to do it because yeah, the first time it was like I was looking wrong places and like,
yeah, can't.
and it's funny now when I put them in. Obviously, I've been doing this for years. It's funny because I know I'm putting it in my ear, but I concentrate on the
In your
mirror.
ear, you just said, Kel.
Sorry, what did I say?
You said you put them in your ear.
Oh, did I?
Ah,
Kelly, sleep deprived. When I'm putting them on, I focus on the mirror and not that
smart.
I'm doing it. So it's almost like I'm putting them in someone else's eye. I know that sounds
Yeah, yeah.
weird, but
No, I
it's
totally get it.
it's a good like because you're so focused on the person in the mirror, not you, that it works out. So
It's also probably helpful that once you realize they don't go in your ear, that they stayed
yeah,
in
it
your eyes
helps.
longer.
I'm not sure if you mistook mirror for ear.
We're gonna have to go back and listen to the tape. Can we roll it back? Who's she
Yeah.
talking to? The posters on the wall.
Yeah.
So July 25th for Madonna.
Yeah.
She probably
Yeah.
wears contacts, no problemo.
Before you bounce into trivia, this is an audible, but I think it's important to mention because we didn't have a chit chat about this, but as of our recording, because normally we would have recorded before this, but the BET Awards happened.
Oh, those are good ones. I didn't know that they were on.
Yeah, last night, as of our
Ah,
recording, and they were amazing. They celebrated because it's 2025. They did like kind of like a big celebration of like, 25 years in a way. And
yeah.
they brought back most of the VJs and stuff from 106 and Park, which was
Wow.
like really cool. And obviously I'm going to say this name to you, and this means something to us specifically, even though she obviously has a lot of American fans, but Keisha Shante,
Oh,
who
wow.
is a Canadian artist and has done very good things down in the States. She was a VJ on that as well for a bit. Very
Nice.
talented vocalist as well. And so she was there. Bow Wow was there. There was amazing Keisha Cole. Ashanti performed.
Wow.
Snoop Dogg performed. Like the list is long. And here's another part of the Audible. Mariah Carey got the Ultimate Icon Award. And there was actually four of them, I think. I think it was Mariah Carey, Kirk Franklin, Snoop Dogg, and Jamie Foxx. I believe those are the four.
Wow.
And they all, I don't know if all of them performed. I know Snoop Dogg did, and I know Mariah Carey did. And I just want to give a shout out to Mariah Carey because she has dropped a new single called Type Dangerous.
Hmm.
And it's absolutely fantastic. And it feels like it's 2005 again, and Mariah is dropping jams. So,
I'm going to find that show once we're done here
yeah.
somewhere. And then I'm going to watch it and love it.
Yeah, yeah. And
Wow.
congratulations to, I don't know all the winners, but I know that Kendrick Lamar won, I believe, Album of the Year, which is a
Nice.
big deal for him. And he was there, and so was SZA, and they're actually both out on tour. So it was cool that they made the time to go back to LA and be there. And also shout out to Doechii,
Hmm.
favorite female hip hop act, I believe it is. So just congratulations. And like BT just does a really good job with many things, but specifically that award show. So
Well, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. I've been on vacation from
yeah,
work and seeing like news feeds and things.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And Anderson Paak, I believe, played
He was
drums
there
for,
too.
well, he played drums for Mariah Carey.
Ah,
And I believe I haven't, I'm 99% sure that I say this. He helped craft this track, and I believe he's done more on her upcoming album. And it's just
how
so
fun.
excited for Mariah Carey, like to have new music. Like this is,
Yeah.
and new music that people want to like hear. Like this is great, you know?
It's funny that you mentioned Anderson Paak because I was listening just to my liked songs on Spotify yesterday, I think it was. And the song Fly Like Me
Mm-hmm.
from that Silk Sonic album. I
Mm-hmm.
think I listened to it a good 3 times in a row because it was like, yes, to this. It felt like vacation, you know? um, all the while I was missing him on a show
Yeah.
in real time. Anyways, well,
Yeah.
that's great
Yeah.
news.
So yeah, just congratulations to everybody involved. And Mariah did it, I saw clips of the performance, and it was so cool to see her doing her thing, and her award show acceptance was very cute because she was reading the prompter, but she was like trying to not kind of also like it
Yeah.
was it was cutesy. And I'm sure her teenage kids were like, "Oh, it's mom."
Yeah. Well, you know you're doing your job properly once your teenage kids think you're a dork.
Yeah.
I think because
Yeah.
they're going to come around again at some point later.
That's it. And she's so great with her fans. Like she loves her Lamely. And she's just like she's constantly re-releasing or providing new things. And now that we actually have new music, but she's just so great about like celebrating anniversaries and because her fans are so in it with her
Hmm.
that it's really great to see that all these years later she still wants to keep doing what she's doing. And she doesn't need to because she could live on an island for the rest of her life and chill, but
Well, that proves it's not about the money, money, money,
yeah.
right? Like it's the
Yeah.
art and the desire to make art,
Yeah.
which I mean, we all benefit from that. So thanks, Mariah. Please
Mhm.
stay on fire.
Yeah.
Kelly, are you ready to give us some mental gymnastics and
ma-
help us stick the landing.
and make you cry. Um, Bing bong. Um, hobbies, toys, and games or sport to start, Sharon?
Oh, brother. Hobbies, toys, and games.
Alrighty. I feel like you have a solid chance at getting both of these this week.
I should have one every week, and yet here we are.
Yeah. But so don't rush your answers.
Show your work.
Yeah. In 1993, Mattel acquired which baby and toddler toy company? You totally know this.
Baby and toddler toy company.
Yeah. Think this, Sharon. You have it. You're also not sleep deprived, I don't think, this week.
No,
So,
I'm fully sleeped
yeah.
full. I'm sleepful. I'm not even sure if I'm so usually not that I didn't even know there was a word that I just made up for
I
it.
like that you
I'm
made it up.
sleepful.
Sleepful.
Uh,
So,
toddler and
Mattel
yes,
acquired a toddler and baby company. Think of your nephews when they were Paquitos. Paquito.
I don't know, little
Do I tell
tykes.
you? No,
Yeah.
I'll give you initials. FP.
Oh, Fisher Price.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I feel like I should have known
I
that.
had a
Like
lot of Fisher Price toys when I was a child.
me, I think I have one actually just at the tail end of my studio actually, because I used to have this little like hobby horse thing, and I'm pretty sure it's a Fisher Price number.
I think you're
So
right. My
yeah.
favorite was the phone
Oh
because
yeah.
the phone you pulled the phone and you could also talk on it,
Yeah.
which I got very good at. Obviously, it translated into my career.
Yeah.
But when you dialed the rotary phone, it went. You went like this and went bring when it
Yeah.
went back. And when you pulled it, the eyes went nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
Super fun for a child. Also, the little like vacuum thing with the plastic clear dome
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that you push and the balls pop.
Yeah.
That was also my favorite thing. And now, as a grown up, I like vacuuming. So there you go.
Very.
Thanks, Fisher Price.
They
Appreciate
did their
you.
job, Sharon.
Yes, they did.
Sport. Now you should also get this. You should get this. Which NBA team did Karl Malone play for throughout the 90's?
Did Carl Malone play for Philadelphia
He was in
or
the Western Conference.
was it LA?
He was known as the
Clippers?
mailman,
Damn it.
a good competitor of the Los Angeles Lakers, somewhat
The
to the north, I think even to the north,
Clippers?
maybe
Is it the Clippers or the Golden State?
Utah Jazz.
Or the Jazz?
Remember that time I thought you were going to go two for two?
Yeah, man. Let's mix it up. Can we not do sport
Well,
and
we've just finished the cards, so
oh, I'll miss him.
yeah,
Really, Soup's gonna miss that.
yeah. Back to you, Sharon.
All right. Well, I'm working with one hand here because my 10-pound beast is not
I'm so
giving
sleep
me.
deprived. I thought you were just going to say your 10-pound husky. I was like, nope.
Nope, this is a beast, but he's lying on my head and I can't get it out. So we can talk about the razzle dazzle.
Let's do it.
And who's going to give us the razzle dazzle, you ask? Well, it's going to be J-Lo in Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. This film takes us back a long time. The original film, anyways. They're
Mm,
re-looking at it, and over 40 years later.
hmm
When you think of it, it's kind of. I think it did go the Broadway route for a number of years. Because I thought I saw it. I thought I saw Kiss of the Spider Woman with Cheetah Rivera in the 90s,
That makes sense.
which was super cool because Cheetah Rivera,
hmm
you know.
hmm
But kind of cool that J-Lo's bringing that classic stage musical to the big screen because give her another thing that she can conquer.
Yeah.
Dates and stuff like that. I don't think we have that, do we? We have a clip
October
that we're not
10th.
going to roll. The movie's coming out October 10th.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep. And I read also in that article at some point that Jennifer's getting really good reviews for like how she handled everything. Like she has apparently knocked it out of the ballpark,
Mm-hmm.
and she's done great work with the vocals on the Broadway tunes. So I think
Because
this is
singing Broadway tunes is decidedly different from singing pop
yeah,
tunes,
and
period.
you have to be authentic with it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have to give it and really be in it because if you don't, like nobody's gonna buy it from you. Like nobody's gonna buy the performance.
I
So
think she's a great actress too.
yeah.
So it's really kind of cool that she's tackling something of this magnitude
Hmm.
and I don't think anybody's gonna be standing with their arms folded, waiting for her to fail at this. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though is like I feel like in a way she's kind of in the realm of like a Brad Pitt and a Tom Cruise where so many people love them. They do amazingly well in what they do, but the academies never want to honor them.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she's in that. It's like people can't. It's like she's commercially successful, and it's like that has to be enough. Like she's not going to get the art performance awards like from her peers because
Yeah.
they're jaloux.
And that is an old school approach to it. And I think that those things are coming down because when you think of the Oscars and the fact that isn't it the best picture category that has 10 in them now?
Yeah, but it's
So
just like
they're trying to show that they're open to more things,
yeah.
but
But I
we'll
feel like
see if it
she got a like I feel like things weren't. I don't know how to say this. Like I feel like she was overlooked for Hustlers.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, like she really did a great job. Like she really puts the work in, and as you know, we've been fortunate to interview some people that have worked with her. And like to
Hmm.
a person, they always talk about like, her work ethic.
Well, and all you need to do is watch the documentary of that journey to the halftime show to see what effort she puts in, and
Hmm.
it's you can't fake that.
No.
You really can't. Like,
Mm-mm.
she is a great actress, but even you can't fake that kind of. It doesn't have to interest you, but you can't deny
Hmm.
that she's a hardworking person
I just feel
at
that there's
at her
like
crafts, plural.
I feel like there's establishment haters.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course there are.
Yeah,
And sadly, I think it's a generational
I
thing,
think so too. Yeah.
and it's an interesting dynamic when you get to talking about how older people hold on, but like those every other medium seems to be evolving in some way to acceptance of things that the older generation, maybe be resistant to, but at some point it's going to happen. So you sort of have to, you know, open your mind a bit.
I wish our audio
That,
listeners could see your face right now.
oh, well, just in case, I'll hold it and wait for you to watch the video. Not attractive.
Yeah.
So good on J Lo. Something to look forward to when the nights are longer, eh, Cal?
Yep. Yep.
Also, at the movies, this is kind of cool because it's been talked about for a couple of years now, and it seems that it's finally happening with the news that I think, well, Nick Jonas is certainly used to playing guitar and
Hmm.
perhaps wearing a little makeup when he's performing,
Hmm.
but add a boatload more of makeup and put some high heeled platform boots along with that guitar that's strapped on. Put some pyro in the background, and we'll be seeing Nick Jonas as Paul Stanley in the Kiss movie called Shout It Out Loud,
I,
obviously named
I think
from
this
one of their songs.
I think this is a great choice.
I think so too. You want someone that's musical and that can actually sing
Yeah.
and
And
that can
he
actually look good in the outfits. And I
and
think that
can
Nick
and
Jonas
can
will do that.
yeah, and can act and like and obviously I don't, anything that I've read so far and I don't know that you've read anything different. Like I don't know that he had to fight for this role, but part of me feels like maybe he did a bit
Hmm.
because of the stereotype that he might have on him because of being in the boy band and all that stuff. Um,
Possibly.
and so again, I don't know that to be true or not. That's Kelly's opinion, but I'm glad whoever needed to say yes said yes. And maybe they went to him anyways. Maybe they wanted him. Maybe that it was an easy choice. But knowing that it's hard to fight against perception,
Hmm.
I think it's great that he's got this, and I think he's going to absolutely kill this because he reminds me of, well, he's already proven like he has the work ethic, I think, to put this in to make sure it's absolutely believable. Like he's going to make this work.
Yep. I think you're right.
Yeah.
No word on who's going to play Gene Simmons.
Rami Malek. No.
No, he can't go from Freddie Mercury
No.
to anybody else.
He did so great with that though, eh?
I agree.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that like that nuance of the emotional part.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
really felt for Freddie Mercury in every situation, whether it was, before when he was being uh, slandered, using racial slurs against him, and he just sort of let it roll off his back. And then coming into himself, just the whole idea that there was a vulnerability of that you would have as a regular human. I felt like Freddie Mercury was so grand, but Rami Malek did a great job of tapping into that vulnerability and showing it.
I agree.
To agree with moi, well, this biopic for Kiss called Shout It Out Loud will focus on the first 4 years of the band. And back a couple of years ago when they were talking about it, it was set to arrive on Netflix in 2024. We are just about halfway through 2025. So it's nice that they're getting started on it. Thanks, fellas.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. There was another thing, you know what, Kel? Last show, we
Hmm.
talked about something and then we never got to it. And that was that U2 would be making new music for the first time in 8 years. The fact that they've been at it for more than 45 years, I find like incredible that they are still compelled and still interested in making the music. I love that.
Yeah.
So we've got that to look forward to. We've got the fact that Larry Mullen Jr. is back. He wasn't a
Hmm.
part of the Vegas run of shows because he was injured and because he was post surgery and rehabbing and all that. But back at it. I love that. That they talk about a bunch of things in the article that we both read a couple of weeks ago. Um, what is the line that I loved? Hang on, I want to find that. He said, "We had it when we were 17. We had it over the years, but you lose it sometimes, the
Mm.
chemistry of it all." And
Yeah.
he said, "But isn't it strange that it's just got to go to the moment when just bass, drums, guitar, and a loudmouth singer sounds like an original idea?" That's Bono talking about that. But he said that's where we're at in 2025. And talk about four guys that are more than capable of taking those four elements and making it exciting and something to look forward to. I think it's going to be great.
I think so too.
J'agree.
Yeah.
um, so, Kel, we're at the point now where we've got your 90s rewind. Are you ready for it?
What year, Sharon?
Well, Kelly, the very beginning, the first summer of our favorite decade. So we're going back to around this time in 1990 and more than a handful of songs because I thought I have to talk about every single one of these songs. So talk about the, like it's like a great sample or sampling of 1990, the start of summertime, and some wisdom from each and every song that I'm about to say.
I love it.
Different versions of wisdom. Like, let's start at the lower charting elements of this time. So we can go to the Humpty Dance from Digital Underground.
So fun.
Right. Wisdom. I mean, you got to maybe look a little harder, but you got to do
Yep.
the hump to hump.
Yeah.
All good. Sinead O'Connor really, her signature tune wasn't one that she wrote, but she took Nothing Compares to You to a level where even Prince went, huh.
Yeah.
And she was certainly a part of the soundtrack of 1990. MC Hammer, Hammer Pants. No, you can't touch this. Breathing new life into Rick James' Super Freak, but in a great way. New Kids on the Block doing Step by Step.
Oh, baby.
Thank
Okay.
you. Janet Jackson, All Right. I swear every time I hear that song, everything is all right.
Yeah.
Think about a kiss. Think about a prostitute finding her knight in shining armor. And how did that work with Julia Roberts as the prostitute? That's how it worked. And it must have been love with Roxette on the
Oh,
soundtrack to that. Oh man, so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Is there wisdom there? Yeah, don't be a prostitute and stay in school. Uh, or keep your options open. I mean, there's probably something in between there. Let's talk about heart. And all I want to do is make love to you. Wasn't that the one where the video she's just driving around town and she just wants to have sex with the person and she does? I mean, there's a deeper meaning there, but really? Anywho,
Yeah.
I think some of the best wisdom yet. I'll save it and I'll go to Wilson Phillips and talk about holding on for one more day. That's pure wisdom. I know that there's change, but hold on for one more day. Break free from the chair. I know that there's pain. Oh my gosh. Thank you, ladies. But nothing beats the three-part harms of Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh.
Never trust a big butt and a smile, right? That's the wisdom we're ending on for your 90s rewind with Poison from around this time in 1990. That's your
Great
90s
choice.
rewind.
Great choice, Sharon. Great
Can you
choice.
imagine being in the store at, the mall and finding the cassette with all those songs that I just said and going, yeah, I'm going to buy this cassette for my Walkman. Or maybe I'm going to upgrade my Walkman to a Discman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one that and when it says like doesn't bounce or whatever, it's not going to skip.
Yeah,
It
except you
skips
had to
anyway.
hold it. You had to hold it like this,
Yeah.
like a tray of mixed drinks, and don't drop it.
Yeah. Yeah. My Walkman was so heavy at one point that I'm sure I was doing weights when I was out running with it. Like it was
Oh
just,
yeah.
yeah, pretty good. I have a couple things to go over. First of all, I was listening to last week's show, and when we were talking about Kelly Gittish's triumphant return
Yep.
to Law and Order SVU, and I just want to apologize for the fact that like I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's season 23, maybe 24. It's like season 27 they're coming back on, I'm pretty sure at this point. So I did say allegedly, and then you did finally find the answer, but I just thought it was hilarious that I was completely off. But I think you lose all track of time during pandemic. Like when it was pandemic,
Oh
like you
yeah,
just like all of track.
totally.
So, anyways, very happy that Kelly is going back to the show. Number two, there is some great music from our good friend Crystal Waters.
Ooh.
And Sharon, I told you about her song, You and Me, like a couple of weeks ago. I
Yeah.
think it's been out for over a month at this point. She's just released a new single. It's called Big Bite, and it's so good. And I just have to say, like, Crystal has been releasing so many hit songs for years, like, apart from the Gypsy Woman's and the 100% Pure Loves that we know. Like, I forget what her total is. It's like she's got something ridiculous, like 17 number one dance hits. Like, it's ridiculous.
Whoa.
But
Nice.
this new music that she's producing is, I think, the best that I've heard from her since she came out. Like, she's so inspired. Like, she's just really inspired and she's ready to rock. And that's actually what that song Big Bite is about. So please check it out.
Yeah.
You will add it to your workout playlist. And I'm just so happy for her. And like an album's on the way, and we're going to get more details on that as we move through the summer. But just go, girl. And then last thing is I don't know if I told you about this. Jessie Reyes has a new song called NYB. And
New York Bite.
New York Baby is what she says in the
Oh,
song.
baby.
But I think it
Better.
actually stands for something else, which I can't say on the show. Um,
Female dog.
close enough.
NYFD. B.
Listen to the song, watch the music video. Jessie Reyes is a beast, and I'm so happy that she's a Canadian R&B beast. So go, girl.
So maybe
And
it's New York Beast.
maybe it's New York Beast. And this is just something that I found out today, and this is not going to mean anything to, I think, our American listeners, but in a way it will because I think so many of our American friends, like, did watch 106 in Park, did watch, Carson Daly when he was doing his show. And Sharon, I don't know if you know this, but I just found this out this afternoon. Much Music DJ and Music VJ, or I should have said both VJs, Juliet Powell passed away.
Oh,
And she was such an influence on me as a broadcaster, like growing up. Like
wow.
she used to host for us here in Canada. There was a show called Bouge de la, which was like a big dance show. And she also then took over Much Music version, the English version of that, Electric Circus. And and she's interviewed for our Janet fans that are listening. She had a really great interview with Janet in the late 90s, and
Hmm.
so talented. Like she, was interviewing Janet in English and then would immediately flip to French to translate for people. And she was such a great talent, and she passed away just earlier in the month. We've just found out, and I just wanted to give her a shout out because she influenced me for sure to become like a broadcaster in a way. Like I already knew I wanted to do that, but when I saw her, it like, you know,
Yeah.
it was like another thing to try to reach for. So
It made it reachable.
yeah, so Juliet Powell, like to your friends and family, like lots of love for you.
Yep. Wow. See, again, on vacation, I miss things.
Yeah.
I did hear about Sly Stone,
Yes.
and that is significant. And I think we talked about the documentary. I'm trying to remember when I watched it. It might have been the beginning of the year. Um, Black Genius.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important to watch. I think it's just so the content of the doc really accentuates the contribution that Sly Stone and Sly and the Family Stone, the concept of that
Mm-hmm.
grouping of people and style of music and what it did um, from the late 60s into the 70s and how it affected music today
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
is important. And the fact that, I mean, drugs certainly played a significant role in his fall from grace out of the music business, but
Mm-hmm.
what they created and what he created and just how he hears things, and just to be able to see early footage of him and photos of him as a young man and getting an understanding of what and how he saw things and how he heard things, I think is so interesting. And so that you can see through, the other things that ended up taking um, the spotlight. I think the dark side of things. He was just a young man with a keen interest in music, and he was very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I highly, highly recommend that.
were you able to find, I know it's Googleable, but did you find out what platform is it on? Was it on Netflix? I don't remember.
We talked about that this morning, didn't we?
We did. That was your one assignment for the day.
Did you say that? Please do that.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation,
Yeah.
Kelly.
I think I did say to you, don't bother, I'll figure it out myself. But today's been a busy day for Kelly
Disney,
Alexander. So
Disney Plus,
um it's on Paramount Plus?
Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus. Oh, that's why I
Yep.
didn't see it yet. That
Yep.
makes sense. Um so many people paying tribute to him. I believe I saw something from Queen Latifah.
Mm,
Um, and this the list is long. Like Questlove did a great post about him as well, I believe.
yeah. The
I feel
Burden of
like
Black Genius is what the subtitle is.
okay, and I feel like I saw Shaka Khan also post about him. Anyways, clearly very
For
influential.
sure.
Yeah,
For sure. It's such an interesting uh, viewing experience because you've heard the music. And, we talked about that this morning, that Janet um, sampled a bit of a Sly and the Family Stone hit.
yeah. Rhythm Nation. Thank you for
Yeah.
letting me be myself.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it's sad. I think we talk about this every year, though. We seem to we're losing a lot of the greats. But
yeah,
every year we seem to be losing a lot of the greats.
yeah,
So enjoy things, enjoy your time, enjoy the daylight while we have it. Listen
yeah,
to as much music as you can and find us wherever it is that you do. We appreciate that you do
yeah.
that. Thank you very much. Ready to wrap it up, Kel?
Ready to wrap it up.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening to 90s Now. Still happening.